What science communication is not, and we heard this terminology quite a bit during COVID, is the dumbing down of science, right? Like, how can we dumb down this expertise? And nobody likes to be considered dumb or as if they don't know what they're talking about. So this is just to caveat all of this to say that we all have various different types of expertise. For those of us in our room, our expertise is very much based on our academic training and research methodologies, perhaps. For others, it's experiential learning, and everyone has learned experience, has lived experience. So the goal of our workshop is really to reflect on the idea that effective communications respects the intelligence and capability of the audience. So when Jazz was talking about the bi-directional element, it's really what we're trying to do is how can we make our expertise and our knowledge available to an audience so that they can understand it and access the information in a way that makes sense to them.
So why does communication matter in your field of electrification? It can influence policy. It can secure you funding for your research, which as new researchers, we're always constantly trying to figure out where our funding is coming from. Build partnerships, start seed projects, gain media attention, spearhead innovation. And what does that actually look like in practice? Well, maybe if you're a little bit more confident with your communication about the work you do, you might have more meaningful conversations with your interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary colleagues that actually fosters work. So we know that in a certain era during the Nobel Prizes, one of the reasons that there's like this famous photo where like half of this group got Nobel Prizes over their lifespan. And even though they were all STEM, they all came from very different fields. And it was through their constant communications with each other that they were able to incorporate different mental models from other groups in order to come up with unique ways that their colleagues weren't thinking about in their field. You can use it to transition into different careers. These are really good interview skills. We do a lot of interview prep as well. Taking complex issues, bringing it down to a way that makes other people care about your work, whether that's people in policy, whether that's again your family, and we really want you to be able to craft messages that are simple, that stick. We always talk about the media because of that short attention span, but really it works with everyone. And I think the biggest one is like coalition building. So when you're trying to find those external partners, they're probably talking to so many other people. What about your work and you is going to hook them to call you when it's time to give funding? Really, it boils down to we're hoping that when people understand your work, the work we do, and you can make people see the value of your work in their daily lives, this translates in wanting to invest in you and your work. That's the end of the day why we're doing this.